Now, here's WPTV's First Alert meteorologist.
This afternoon, hot and muggy, highs in the upper 80s, and we could see some showers and storms today, but the bulk of the rainfall focused around the lake. Tonight, lows in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, a similar weather day with highs in the upper 80s and some afternoon showers and storms, mainly around our inland communities. Thursday and Friday, highs in the mid to upper 80s, scattered showers and storms. Possible the front starts to move down the state, increasing moisture and also instability. Thursday, the wettest day out of the next 7. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall for WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna and Aetna Medicare. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Today is an extraordinary day. It's Tuesday. We got some special guests on our show this morning. I'm your host, Gary Owen, president of Owen Insurance Group.
And I'm your co-host, Tom Bouvier.
And by the way, do you know what day it is, Tom?
It's Tuesday, October 11th, 2022.
And what does that mean in 4 days for you and I?
Woohoo!
No one's going to see us.
Busy season. Open enrollment. Annual enrollment period for Medicare.
All right, we're going to get more into that a little bit later in the show. And I just want to say thank you for all of you that are watching live on Facebook this morning. And for those of you that are driving on and putting your lives in danger on US 1 and I-95 and the Florida Turnpike and Dixie Highway. You're tuning in to WSTU 1450 and or WPSL 1590. And hopefully, for those of you that are tuning in 47 other countries, you're tuning in on Alexa.
Hola.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
So, Tom, we're here to do our extraordinary show, the world-famous Quality of Life radio show. For what specific
reasons? We lure
reasons?
in unsuspecting guests. And we give them...
We make them nervous.
Yeah, we make them nervous. We put them in the hot seat.
We tar and feather them.
We're just trying to help our guests feel comfortable and welcome to the show. That's what we do,
Gary. I see a little stress on someone's face.
Well, that's all we do, Gary. We actually do bring relevant content to our listeners, information they can really use. And, of course, we love to support and showcase local business owners, nonprofit organizations, wonderful guests who really do have something that they're doing in the community that's really good. So we love to help promote that. And then we love to bring education information about insurance planning to help improve people's quality of life. And that's the name of the show, Quality of Life Radio Show.
And man, do we have some valuable information, top secret information. Woo-hoo. We did steal them from the White House, but it's in Gary's Owen Insurance Group house. But we've got some cool information to share with everybody.
You will be unclassifying it?
We have definitely unclassified. I'd thought about it, and it's certainly unclassified right now. And then, today also we're going to talk a little bit about the boys and girls of our community. And we have to share 10 fascinating facts about the Boys and Girls Club. And speaking of the boys and girls, say that 3 times in a row, boys and Girls Club, we have 2 special guests this morning in the studio. And if you're wondering where downtown Stuart, Florida is, just look up Garden of Eden in the dictionary, and then you will find Stuart, Florida, for those of you that are not in Florida. But stay where you are. We've got enough people in downtown Stuart.
You love your hometown state.
Yes. So we're absolutely delighted. Oh, before I do that, I should probably say hello to my Aunt Pat, who's in Ohio, who I spent the weekend with in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for Friday and Saturday. So it was a great time in Pittsburgh. Beautiful city, beautiful weather, cold, frigid. We had to de-ice our plane Sunday morning. Can't believe it. It's getting that cold already up in
I love
Pittsburgh.
Florida.
Yeah, it's nice. All right, back to our special guests, Michelle Oakley and Marissa Kappus of the Boys and Girls Club. We are glad and happy and honored to have them in the studio with us this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. We are so excited to be here this morning.
You don't look excited.
We are excited. Just a little sleepy this morning, a little bit nervous, but thank you for having us. We're really excited to be here.
Michelle, we're glad to have you. And Marissa, I know that your last name is changing. Are you getting used to that? I mean, it's going to be what, Gleckler?
Yes, Gleckler, which is a big change. I really appreciate my K when I'm signing my name, so that's no more going to G.
Well, so you won't do the hyphenation then, huh?
No, although my fiance's name is Kyle, and I think Kyle Kappus sounds pretty good.
Listen, I like that. That's got a ring to it.
Exactly.
Start a new trend.
What is
I
Kyle
think we have a
think about that?
trendsetter
Doesn't
in the
really.
room.
Yeah, he
Kyle
doesn't love
says
that,
no.
though, so.
Very
Sure,
nice.
His parents might not like
Yeah,
that.
Very
we're going to go
nice.
with Gleckler.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club, and we're going to talk about a chili cook-off that you're spearheading.
Absolutely.
But first, before we do that, why don't we learn a little bit more about you ladies, so our listening audience and those that are watching on Facebook Live around the world.
So, Boys and Girls Clubs of St. Lucie County, we have over 23 clubs throughout the county, both clubhouses and school-based sites. We serve around 17,000.
Well, wait, time out.
Yep.
Did she hear me? Did you hear what I asked?
Yeah.
A little more about you first,
Oh.
and then we're gonna dive into the boys. We want to know
Who
Come on,
is
Marissa,
this
tell
me
Kappus
first.
is?
Well, what is there to know? I'm going to...
Inquiry mind.
Yeah.
You want to
From
know?
Florida.
I'm
Come on.
from Houston, Texas.
All right.
Yes,
Texas
yeehaw. But I went to high school in Tampa, went to UF for college. I'm actually going up to Pittsburgh this weekend.
Really fantastic.
Because
She must be smart if you got into UF.
I like to think so. Go Gators. And I worked for the Mets for a little while before venturing over to Boys and Girls Clubs.
All
that's
right.
that.
And then when's the big day?
November 18th,
And where is it? Where will it be held?
Fort Lauderdale at the Marriott Harbor Beach.
So for all of you that are in the South Florida and surrounding counties, please make note of that date
Wedding
and that
crashers,
location.
please note.
So for you wedding crashers out there, it's going to be a great time.
I got to add security to our budget.
That's cute.
Good job.
I love it. Thank you so much, Marissa. Michelle, you're up.
So, Michelle Oakley, I'm the Director of Special Events with Boys and Girls Club. I am a retired banker from Colorado.
What part of Colorado?
Denver.
Okay.
Grew up in Denver.
Love Colorado.
Love Colorado.
What a great state.
It just got a little busy and a little crowded. Everybody wants to go to Colorado.
Kind of like down here, though.
Nothing. They say Denver is 45 minutes away from Denver. So that's how busy it is. And we like the sun. I don't have to shovel snow anymore.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Fantastic. And how long have you been down here, you say?
4 years this year.
4 years.
Yes.
Oh, you're like
time goes
You're a
way
newbie
fast.
then.
I'm a newbie.
Really?
I'm a
kinda.
newbie. But
Anything under 5 years is a newbie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
We're
still learning.
working on it. I'm still learning. But
Went through a hurricane yet?
no, so the first year we had just moved into our house, and the big one that hit, what was that big one down in the Bahamas? It was supposed to come up and get us,
yes.
and we were sweating
That
bullets.
monster.
Yeah, we were really like 4 weeks into our house and had no idea what was coming. But that was it. And then this last one that we got a little bit wind, but we're okay. So
Yes.
we're
thank
happy
God.
about that.
Yeah, our friends, one of our field managers, Louie, over there, is still without power and internet and so water and so forth. So
We are,
amazing.
as Boys and Girls Club, I'm going to put a plug in here, we are collecting donations, food, hygiene products, water, clothing, and we're going to get that over to the West Coast, our partner clubs over there, to help them out as well.
Good.
So
All right.
anybody,
that's great.
Yeah.
We love that.
yeah.
And where would people bring
Any of our
product?
clubhouses throughout Fort Pierce, St. Lucie County, we have 23 clubs, like Marissa said. So anywhere, give us a call. The number's on the screen, I believe, and we'll make arrangements to have you drop it off or we've got many different sites.
Very nice.
So before I rudely interrupted you, Marissa, so go ahead and pick up where you left off.
Are you sure? I can talk
I
more
am
about the wedding.
absolutely
You have a green
positive.
light.
Okay, well,
Wait. I don't want to get
we do have 23 clubs, clubhouses, and school-based sites. We serve over 17,000 youth throughout the county annually. We have some exciting programs that focus on character development, workforce readiness, healthy lifestyles, all the good things. We just try to be a safe place for youth to come, grow, and be able to be around community leaders and partners after school and before school and during the summer.
So
all the time.
why should a boy or a girl consider coming? What are they going to get out of it, and why should they?
Well, for the younger kids, it's definitely a good social outlet. We have after-school tutoring. We do STEM activities, music programs, sports, games, crafts, arts, all the things. So it's really just a fun time. And the older you get, the more experience you get out of it. So our teens actually have job opportunities. They can get volunteer hours. We try to bring them in to introduce them to new career paths. One of our teens actually just walked in the Khalid Jackson fashion show on Saturday. So we kind of try to find their interests and, let them explore that in a safe way.
So you work with 17,000 boys and girls throughout St. Lucie County.
Throughout the year, yep.
That's an amazing number of kids.
Yes.
And God knows that there's got to be a lot more kids in the community who need help, who could absolutely gain some great value by attending and joining the club, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the county just seems to be growing more and more every
Oh,
single
my God,
day.
sure.
So we try to keep up with that and try to grow with it and take in as many, kids that want to come and appeal to their interests.
What's your flagship service?
I would say right now we're really driving the workforce readiness programs. So career exploration, writing their resumes, interview prep, introducing them to community businesses, things like that.
Is every boy and girl in St. Lucie County eligible to come?
Absolutely. And we like to say that Boys and Girls Clubs is for everybody. There's really no reason you can't come. We definitely try to make each case work, and if there's assistance needed in any way, we try to partner with other nonprofit organizations throughout the county to make those situations work, and so it's for everybody.
So for parents out there who may be listening in St. Lucie County and they have 25 kids.
I'm sorry.
They have a club of their own.
But bless you.
One child to how many children? What's it cost for the parents?
It varies, and it varies depending on what site you go to and whether you want after school, before school, etc. So it can be anywhere between a few dollars to $30. So it's not
per day, per week, per month, per year,
Michelle,
per
correct me
lifetime.
if I'm wrong.
It's per week.
Per week, okay.
Some of them, depending, again, like Marissa said, we have morning and afternoon. We have just morning. We have afternoon. We have the teens in our standalone clubhouses. So it's anywhere from, I think the lowest one is, free, because we're not going to turn anybody away. So you've got $6 a week, $11 a week, up to, I think our highest one is $67 a week, and that's morning and after school. But remember, every child that leaves our site gets a warm meal before they go home.
That's fantastic.
That is prepared in our kitchen by our kitchen staff with the help of our teens, because we're teaching them also to a career, so that they have something when they get out. But those meals are packaged, delivered to each of our clubhouses every single day, so no child goes without a warm meal before they go home.
I love that. I mean, I went through leadership class 31 with Martin County Chamber.
Right.
And during the education week, it crushed my heart to see and to hear about the number of children in our community who are homeless.
Yes.
Who live out of their cars.
Yes.
Who don't have a warm meal to eat. I mean, that absolutely just tugs at my heartstrings.
It should not happen.
Should never happen
in today's society.
Come on.
Should
Come
be
on.
able to. One of the things we're really proud of is with the help of GL Homes, we just opened a food pantry at our clubhouse Chuck Hill unit, and for those families that belong to that club, they can submit their grocery list, and we will make that happen once a week or once a month. I'm not sure. Is it once a week or once a month, Marissa?
I believe it is every Thursday for
Every
that
Thursday.
club.
Okay. So, people struggle with food every day, and that we have food deserts out there, and we all know, have you bought milk lately, Tom and Gary?
Yes, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So
Imagine
those kids.
We're going to talk more about that when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show on WSTU 1450 and WPSL 1590. Go grab a cup of Joe, take a tinkle, and I promise you, we're going to be right back. Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and go to CignaWise.com to compare your Medicare Advantage plan to Cigna today. Cigna offers dental coverage and $0 primary doctor visits in most areas. Hearing, vision, and an over-the-counter allowance all in one plan. You can even earn rewards for doing healthy activities. So go to CignaWise.com and compare your Medicare Advantage plans to Cigna today. Again, that website is CignaWise.com. Cigna Medicare Advantage. Because wisdom comes with benefits. Benefit options vary by plan and service area. You must reside in the plan service area. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states, and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Welcome back to the Welcome back to the world famous Quality of Life radio show. This is Gary Owen. I'm your host, and the Boov is with us here in the studio. We are with Owen Insurance Group. We are a local life health Medicare agency right here in Stewart. And we are delighted, absolutely blessed to have Michelle Oakley and Marissa Kappus with the Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County. And prior to what's going on break, I wanted to talk a little bit about, two things. First of all, the employees. How many employees do you guys have? And the second, funding. How are the grants? Where are the grants coming from, and are your needs being met financially?
So we have around 200 employees in St. Lucie County right now. We are always looking, as we grow, obviously we need more employees, which is a struggle. You guys know it's a struggle to get employees these days. But funding, we have so many different avenues of funding. We have government grants, we have individual grants, but really community support, donations, fundraisers. We have a 21st Century grant in 4 of our clubs right now, which really is a great government grant that we can specifically target these kids homework help, STEM activities. It's a great program. We have DJJ. Children's Services Council is a huge supporter of ours. We get a lot of funding from them. We couldn't do what we do without our community partners and grants.
Sure. And the funding, so let's talk about one of the big things that you're spearheading, the chili cook-off. Tell us a little bit about the chili.
Yes, so chili cook-off is our biggest fundraiser of the year. It is also the funnest one that we have, in my opinion. I'm not a golfer. We have the golf tournament. We have...
Neither am I, Michelle. So
what?
Nor am I.
Yeah,
Food is better than golf.
I putt, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But that's about the extent of it. Okay, good.
I'm with you.
Okay, good. But chili cook-off. So this is our 40th cook-off, 40th year of having the chili cook-off.
Wow.
It is one of the longest running events in St. Lucie County. So 2 years ago, we moved it over to the Mets Stadium, and A&G Concrete Pools has been the presenting sponsor for many years. They are such a great partner of ours, Southern Eagle, but Travis Leonard and his group, they really make this happen. Taylor Hoskins is our committee chair on this. Hoskins, Turco, Lloyd, and Lloyd. Sorry, Taylor. Anyway, so this year, October 22nd, 11 to 4 at the Met Stadium, we have 27 different groups cooking chili, and Tom is going to be making some delicious gumbo.
Wait a minute, I thought it was chili cook-off.
Well,
Louisiana chili.
we have chili.
Of course, our Louisiana
So
boy
all
got to
these
get his
teams-
gumbo.
Right. All these teams, they can sell other things besides chili. But the competition chili, that has to be cooked on site. Then we have a panel of judges that will judge that. It's also people's choice. So those people that you give samples to, they're going to say, oh, we like this one or we don't like that one. But we have so many things going on that day. We have live music. We have a car show. We have the Humane Society is going to do a pet adoption. We have a live art project going on.
Sounds like fun.
It's a lot of fun. Kids' costume. Every kid is going to get a treat bag. Every vendor, every team, they get candy. So bring your kids, bring your costume. There's a costume contest for the kids.
What do the adults get?
There's a costume contest for them too.
Yeah, we're getting there. But really, this is about the kids. This is what we do, Gary.
I'm going as a crawfish.
I got to see that, man.
Crawfish.
I would love. That's a great. Do you really have a?
No, I don't. But
Let's get one.
We need to get
I'm
him
sure
one.
Amazon.
Yes.
Let's get him
I
Or
one.
at
love
least
it.
a crawfish hat.
So our theme this year is around the world. So each of the teams picked a country that they're going to represent. So all the booths are going to be decorated like that country.
Awesome.
Again, Tom is going to dress up as a crawfish, so we're going to make sure we get those pictures out there on social media.
Get your picture with Tom the crawfish.
We have a lot of vendors
boom.
going on. We have kids games. We have an art.
my.
Our kids in our clubs are doing art projects, which is being judged by 3 great community partners of ours. Those winners will then be displayed in 4 county buildings after that, and they will be submitted to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America art contest. And hopefully some of our kids win that. So
That's fantastic.
And I'm sure you want to know how much all this costs,
I was
right?
going to say,
I
because
know,
there's a
I
lot
know.
of families out there are like dying to come to this.
So it is free to get in.
What?
If you want to sample the chili, you get 6 little cups for $6. We've got some beer. We've got some color changing cups, which are really cool. You put the beer in, it changes colors.
Well, that's what I was asking you earlier about. What's for the adults?
Yeah,
Now that you said beer, I'll probably show
beer,
up.
Beer. Well, you can't have chili without beer, right?
That's exactly
there
right.
you go.
I'll bring my flask with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching you. I'm gonna be watching you. So yeah, it is free to come in. The chili sample kit 6, and all of our chili teams have other things. Some of them just have like cornbread, cookies, and everything goes to support our St. Lucie County Boys and Girls Club. And it is a fun event. Bring your family, bring your friends. We've got food trucks out there, the car show. We've got a live band. We're gonna have some live line dancing lessons. So if you don't know how to line dance,
Well, I used to line dance when I was in my 20s and 30s.
yeah, I could break a hip these days doing that.
Yeah,
right? You with me on that one?
I mean, I twist my back and I'll be
Yeah.
back in the hospital with my
Right.
my
We do have
lower back issues.
We have some Spanish dancers performing. We have our Boys and Girls Clubs Mariposa doing Taekwondo performance, which they're so cute. Little kindergartners out there breaking pieces of wood or
kicked
whatever.
my butt.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
What else do we have going on, Marissa?
Chili eating contest.
Chili eating contest. Oh yes.
Chili eating is that like a hot dog eating contest?
Yes,
Essentially,
exactly.
yeah,
So
but
Tom
better.
Moran has won the last 6 years in a row. Tom doesn't even live in the state.
Is there plenty of porta potties nearby?
Absolutely. So Tom Moran used to be a club kid, and he flies back just for the chili cook-off every year to participate in the chili eating contest.
Huh.
And it's how fast you can eat a bowl.
Yes,
It's how
we're going to give
much,
you a
or
bowl.
What's the
It's
competition?
fast. It's how
Speed.
fast.
What if it's piping hot?
We won't burn you.
Okay.
We won't burn you. And for the kids,
Tom, are you in?
No, I'm not in.
I think.
I'm
How about
in.
you?
What if
Gary?
it was a bowl of gumbo?
No, I don't want to
That's
embarrass myself.
I cannot do that stuff.
I'd
I'm a
have
slow
chili
eater.
running
It's
down my
okay. We
throat.
have a bib for you.
Oh, you have a bib?
Yeah. And for the
Boy,
kids,
You should do it.
but
we
I
have
don't
Jello
want to get
eating
the crawfish
contest for the
dirty.
kids.
I like that.
Yeah.
Are the
That's
Jellos
cool.
filled with vodka?
It's for the kids,
Well, that's
Gary.
what I'm saying. Are
It's
they
for the
filled with
kids.
vodka?
Oh,
No, that's
no.
for the
Makes the
parents.
kids feel
no.
better.
Benadryl.
No, this is
Calm
a
it down.
this is a family-friendly event. This is a family-friendly event.
clean.
Keep it clean.
All right, so now,
Yes.
can they go get tickets? I mean, where they don't need
Right
tickets,
there.
they just come right in?
You come right there. When you come in, we're going to say, here, buy your sample kit. And we have this really cool thing. It's a passport. It looks just like your passport, right? And so when you try a piece of chili, or a cup of chili, you get a little stamp. And that way you can vote and to get as many stamps as you can, right?
Okay. How many vendors do you have?
Oh, I think I've lost count. I'm always
that's
looking for
great.
more. Always, and up until the day of. You can call me. I think we'll have our number and our website up there. But it's also about supporting the community, not just the community supporting us. We like to promote those little businesses that are out there.
Are we putting a booth up, Tom, or not
I
really?
don't know.
I think you should.
We
Why
should.
not?
I actually, honestly, I didn't know until just now.
Yes. So now you know.
So I knew I was cooking gumbo.
I
and
know
our
somebody
people
who knows
growing-
somebody.
I know
Right.
somebody that might want to own an insurance group
Yeah,
table out
okay.
there.
Right.
Fantastic.
So yeah, bring your tent, your table, promote your business. We like to support all our community business, just like everybody promotes us. So it's $75 for a booth,
Nice.
and last year we had just under 5,000 visitors. This year we expect more because last year was a little COVID still,
Yeah,
that kind of
sure,
stuff going on. So we're anticipating 6,000 to 8,000 people to go through our little event that day.
And the millions of people listening today, you're probably going to
Absolutely.
get an extra couple of thousand.
I love to talk to people. I love to hear their stories and share our story because without the community, we couldn't do what we do.
And there's so many more people moving to St. Lucie County. It's just
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
The population growth, the explosive growth that's happening in St. Lucie
Correct.
County.
We do have some sponsorships available as well.
All right. So, Marissa, how do people that are out there listening learn more about the Boys and Girls Club and how they maybe send their kids off to one of the clubs?
Well, of course, you can go onto our website, bgcofslc.org. We also are all over social media, of course. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, at Boys and Girls Clubs of St. Lucie County. So all the information's up there, all of our club sites, hours, phone numbers, all the things, chili cook-off information.
And our story.
How many
And our
boys
story.
how many boys and girls are you going to have?
Nothing like putting her on
Let's
the
get
spot, right?
What?
Let's get through the wedding and,
We'll
all
have
that.
another
After the
conversation
honeymoon,
about
Yeah.
We do a follow-up.
Yeah,
with
you gotta
her.
give yourselves 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
at least 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And also
Have
just
fun
give
with
us
your husband.
Give us a call if you want to get more involved with the Boys and Girls Club. We'd love to take you on a tour of our clubs.
That's awesome.
It's really great.
How they get a hold of you?
772-460-9918.
772-460-9918.
Absolutely.
Give them
All
a
of my
call.
kids went to Boys and Girls Club in Martin County at the time after school, and they loved it. They got some tutoring, they had
Yep.
fun, they played games, and they learned things. So
Yes.
That's awesome.
thank you, Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, thank you,
you.
ladies. We're gonna have you stay with us because we've got some. We're gonna test your knowledge.
Oh, boy.
About the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, this is mainly about boys and girls in general.
Boys and girls, yes, that's what I
From a
meant to say.
scientific point of view.
Before we do
Okay.
that, though,
We
let's
follow
talk about
the
the
science.
fun health fact, Tom, and then we'll get to the 10 fascinating facts about boys versus girls.
Boys and girls.
Which is better,
Hmm.
boys or girls?
I have
Ask my mom.
preference.
My mom will
Yeah.
tell you, I wish I had 3 boys?
Oh yes, I failed. I didn't fail. I had to narrow down about boys and girls, but one of them was, who was easier to raise.
Yes.
And maybe from two women's perspective, it'd be interesting because it's not in my list, but that's a good.
So I have to say, I told my youngest daughter, who's now 33, I said, if you were the first child, you would have been an only child. Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
I have to say, we should have stopped.
I love you.
That little
I love you, Lynette.
tiny
but
terrorist
yes,
came.
Lynette.
that's my sister's name, and had my
a great
mom and dad
name.
had her first, I think that would be the same scenario.
Yes.
But we love you, sis. All right, so health facts. Before we get to the 10 fascinating facts, research has shown. Oh, by the way, how do you cool down in the hot Florida months? How do you ladies cool down?
I go inside an air-conditioned building.
And what else do you do?
I put cold rags on my legs
Okay.
and my wrists
All
and
right.
around the
Do
back
you
of my
drink
neck.
anything?
Do you drink
Water.
something like a hot chocolate or hot
Hot
coffee?
coffee.
Ice cold water?
I drink
ice
hot
cold
coffee.
beer? Hot coffee.
I'm a coffee, yeah,
Okay.
And that cools you down.
probably not.
By the way, speaking of coffee,
But
Or
I've
it
heard
might.
that if you drink hot stuff when you're really hot, it does cool you down. Now, I don't know if that's fact,
we're gonna learn about that right now.
okay.
By the way, speaking of coffee, shout out to Guggen Coffee, right next to Racetrack gas station. I had coffee there this morning. Great place. They got beer there.
Over
they
by the
serve-
LA Fitness?
Yeah, right next to LA Fitness.
Yeah,
Awesome
go have
place.
the beer and the coffee and go.
Beer and coffee are set to go.
No,
And
I've
their
been there,
bathrooms,
too.
my
It's
God, their
beautiful.
bathrooms are amazing. I mean,
Is that right?
it is really cool.
Yeah, it's a cool place. I've met there.
The bathrooms are the centerpiece.
Okay.
That's where they go to congregate and talk.
Marissa, we're going to stop there on the way back.
Go to the
On the
bathroom.
ceiling, they got like a moving sky. Like if you're on the toilet and you're looking up, you think you're outside. It's pretty cool. Birds chirping. It's really neat. All right.
Okay.
Research has shown that.
TMI?
No, we're good. We're good.
Research has shown that on a hot day, drinking a hot beverage may help your body stay cool. The reason being that when you drink a hot drink, your body produces sweat to cool down your body temperature. Initially, you may be adding heat by drinking the hot liquid, but the amount of sweat that your body produces to cool down more than makes up for the added heat from the liquid. The increased perspiration is key. When the sweat evaporates from your skin, it is able to cool down. Your Marissa's like, she's smiling.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it, but I don't know.
You just don't like to be sweaty.
It just seems like if I'm sweating, then I'm hot.
Yes.
So
But you're going to be hot no matter what in Florida.
that's true.
But
I'll
then
give it a try.
Try it. Yeah,
Yeah.
give it a try.
Yeah.
Come back and report to us what happens. All right, Tom, let's talk about the fascinating facts about boys and girls so we can get
All
moved
right.
on.
The number one, statistics from various emergency rooms confirm the widely accepted claim that boys are more prone to injury due to physical fearlessness or stupidity and their impulsive nature.
Most boys overestimate their capabilities and throw themselves into the thrill of danger.
I can do that. Has gotten more boys in the ER than any other
I'm
phrase.
going to agree with
And
that.
most girls underestimate their abilities, or they use their brain, and they avoid danger and its consequences. These are just massive generalizations, but it's typically true.
I would say
And this is cool. Girls tend to think things through, more than a boy will, and will more often come to the conclusion that a risky behavior is not worth injury.
And thus they live longer. Scientists have proven that the brains of boys utilize nearly 7 times more gray matter for actions than the brain of girls. This is responsible for boys having the ability to focus on games and the like that require a lot of concentration.
Speaking of gray matter, Tom, it's also responsible for our senses, such as speech, eyesight, hearing, control of the muscles, which may account for the reason men are generally better athletes.
Girls, however, their brains utilize nearly 10 times more white matter than boys' brains.
10 times?
10 times they got us, leaving us in the dust.
Marissa, does that surprise you?
I like this bit so far. I think I
It's great. I think it's great.
She's feeling real good about herself.
Yeah.
And the white matter connects the gray matter and other processing centers together. It allows the different portions of the brain to communicate with one another.
And that's the reason for girls' ability to multitask more than boys, and also to be able to quickly transition from one task to another.
And the theory that women and little girls mature faster than boys.
They certainly do.
They're not using their whole brain.
I think I matured at 29. I think that was the age that I matured.
Yeah. So both the brains of boys and girls produce the same hormones, but at different degrees.
And then 10, boys produce more testosterone, of course, than girls. Girls produce more estrogen and, does this say Oxycontin?
That's what I thought, but no.
Oxytocin.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what you were trying to type there. I have to Google oxy. You know what that is?
Oxytocin.
Oxytocin.
No,
Pull it up.
T-O-C-I-N.
Oxytocin.
Oxytocin?
You take a quick look at it. It looks like
Oxytocin,
Oxycontin.
Yeah, oxytocin.
It's a love hormone.
It's a love.
Oh, well, now.
Okay.
That's a big word.
Well, no, that's
Man.
Labor contractions.
So it makes us.
There you go, Marissa.
Estrogen and
guys, I don't know what you're referring to. We're going to the wedding and then.
I love it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I think a follow-up is in order.
Okay, so we're going to go on our other last break, and then when I come back real quick, I'm going to talk about what October means. What's the significance for the month of October for women? So stay tuned for that. You're listening to the Quality of Life Radio Show at WSTU 1450, WPSL 1590. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and go to CignaWise.com to compare your Medicare Advantage plan to Cigna today. Cigna offers dental coverage and $0 primary doctor visits in most areas. Hearing, vision, and an over-the-counter allowance all in one plan. You can even earn rewards for doing healthy activities. So go to CignaWise.com and compare your Medicare Advantage plans to Cigna today. Again, that website is CignaWise.com. Cigna Medicare Advantage. Because wisdom comes with benefits. Benefit options vary by plan and service area. You must reside in the plan service area. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states, and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Welcome back to the Quality of Life Radio Show. So we're going to talk a little bit about the significance of October. October and pink, ladies. What do you think is synonymous?
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I have some good news for the girls and the tatas. So this is good news, really. Deaths from breast cancer have fallen by 43% from 1989 to 2020.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
That is amazing.
That's a great trend.
Absolutely.
Yes.
However, the incidences of cancer diagnosis is not a great trend. Can you guess? Can either one of you guess the number of new cancer diagnoses projected for 2022?
What geographical area?
The entire United States.
The United States.
Well, by your tone, it's got to be a big number.
I'm going to say 1 million.
It's a horrific number.
Oh, no.
Double that.
Really?
1.9 million, over 1.9 million new cancer
Wow.
cases in 2022. And as a result, over 610,000 will die. So that is
Still a long way to go.
there's
Yeah.
absolutely a long way to go. But the good news is that mortality has declined during the past 30 years in the United States. Death rates from cancer dropped, as I said, 43%, translating to nearly 500,000 fewer breast cancer deaths during that time. The decline was similar for women of all racial ethnic groups except American Indians, Alaska Natives, for whom the rates remain stable. However, despite this overall decline, black women continue to be 40% more likely to die from the disease than white women, despite having a lower incidence of the disease.
Let's not forget the men in there, too.
Well, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Breast cancer in men is becoming more common as well, so you're spot on. There's one thing I will say. I mean, there's a lot of things to read here, but I don't have, for time's sake. But I'm very passionate about cancer protection because cancer's in my family. I've watched my grandmother die, my grandmother Jones, my grandfather Jones, my grandfather Owen, my grandmother Owen, my aunt in West Virginia. So cancer is very much in my family. And so I think for me, it's not a matter of if, but when. So what do you do when that day comes? You hear that awful, that diagnosis from the doctor that, you've been diagnosed with cancer. What are you going to do? Do you have the funds to protect yourself, to maybe take a leave of absence from work and seek the best possible care and go to the best possible oncologist in the country and cancer hospital in the country to be treated? The only way to do that for most people is to have cancer insurance that will pay you a lump sum upon first diagnosis to use the money however you want to use it. So, to give you an example, like on a first diagnosis, say $50,000. I have 2 cancer policies for me. So upon first diagnosis, that person will get $50,000, anywhere from 10 to 50,000, depending on what your budget is. But to give you an idea, real quick, for a single male who's 44 years of age, to get $50,000 worth of cancer protection, $35 a month. For a female, it's $45. Why do you think the female is higher than the male in the earlier stages of life?
Probably more prone.
That's correct. That's
Unfortunately.
correct. So, and for the family, let's say, so if you put the female together with the male, that's what, $70, $80 a month. So instead of buying an individual male and female policy, why don't you buy a family policy for $60, and now you've just saved $20 a month, and of course you add your children on there at no cost. So to me, that's a great value to have a family plan. And also, if you pay the year in advance, a whole year a premium, you save 1 month.
Wow.
Premium. So there's a lot of value to it. If you've got questions about cancer or critical illness insurance, life insurance, disability, long-term care, annuities, individual insurance, health insurance, group insurance, or Medicare, Tom, who in the heck do they call?
Not Ghostbusters, but Owen Insurance Group, 772-210-1020.
Ward, 772-210-1020. Marissa, you think you can remember that number?
772-210-120.
1020.
1020.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to you to try that again here in just a little bit.
And, Gary, real briefly, cancer insurance. People don't like to talk about insurance, but when the dark day comes, when the midnight hour comes, to be able to have a policy like you're mentioning, you have 2, and God hope it's not when, but
That's correct.
But if you do, Gary's going to be able to pull out those 2 policies and cash them in and have that money to focus on his recovery.
That's right.
The stress of a mortgage, of a payment, or this or that. And many times those things put pressure on people. That's the number one thing, financial burden. Yeah. And preparing for is like living in Florida, or people who are not prepared for that is like living in Florida and not having a hurricane plan, not having hurricane idea of what to do when that hurricane. Oh, thankfully, we missed it, but when we have a direct hit again, it's going to be a matter of when. And are we prepared? Having that insurance policy in place now, and even if you pay into it for 10 or 15 years, it's literally pennies on the dollar.
Pennies.
And most importantly, not just the extra money that you get back, but that peace of mind to focus on your recovery. That's what these type of policies are for.
Yeah, and just like any other insurance, the younger you are when you get it, the less expensive it is. You wait till you're 60 and 64. It's going to cost you a heck of a lot more than if you had bought it when you're 30s.
I pay a little bit more than that because I'm older than 44, but I have it in
You're
place.
not.
That's right. That's right. Next year I'll be 44. Thank you, Michelle.
That's self-care, having the ability to stop and to really practice self-care is why I have one of those.
Yes.
That's great.
Absolutely. You need, in those times, it's a terrible thing. And just stop, and you are the most important person at that time, and take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And have that policy to be able to do so.
To think, I mean, do you guys know where the number one, the best world cancer hospital is in the world? You
It's
know
here
where
in Florida, isn't it?
Nope.
Houston?
How did you know?
She's from
I'm
Houston.
from Houston.
Of course
You
you
didn't
are.
pay attention, did you?
I didn't. I know. That's why I was asking her, because it's in Houston, Texas. So, MD Anderson,
Yes.
the number one. Number two is Sloan Kettering in New York, and the third top cancer hospital in the country is Johns Hopkins. So those are the top three. So imagine, your spouse, God forbid, gets diagnosed with cancer. You get diagnosed with cancer. Wouldn't you want to be able to go to the best oncologist, the best
Absolutely.
cancer hospital in the nation? With $50,000 lump sum, now you can get on that airplane. You can spend time at the hotel with your spouse while the spouse is being taken care of and getting the care and attention they need from the number one cancer hospital, the number one cancer oncologist in the country. So this is what you can do, like you said, Tom, for pennies on the dollar.
That's right.
So that's all I have to say about cancer. But, again, we are very passionate about it. And most people don't even realize that there are these types of policies out there that you can have. And, again, the younger you are, time to think about it now. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Don't be an ostrich. Give us a call. Pick up the phone and dial 772-210-1020. We're happy to give you quotes on that. And now we're constantly getting quotes on life insurance. And for some reason, it seemed like COVID, Tom, had brought out a lot of requests for us for life insurance. And it's amazing, right? And there was someone called me the other day and said, I heard someone told me, a doctor told me that we can't get life insurance. COVID, it's not going to pay. If you got COVID and died by COVID, it would not pay. So, again, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So give us a call at Owen Insurance Group. We'll be happy to answer any question that you have. If you have an existing policy or you want to know what the rates are for a life or a cancer policy, because there are life insurance policies that have living benefits to them if you did get diagnosed with cancer or critical illness or chronic illness. So these are the things that Tom and I do. We're experts on this. And listen, it's not easy. Don't try to do it alone. Try to navigate that course, because you are not going to win. We are here to be your guide. We don't charge for our service, and we will always do what's best for our clients 100% of the time.
Absolutely. So don't, you get these applications in the mail. They say, wow, I can get a $500,000 policy for $399. That I'm being exaggerating, but those policies are typically just accidental death insurance and have massive limitations. So if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Give us a call.
All right, and we've got probably 6 minutes left of the show. Real quick, Tom, and because I know also that Michelle has another announcement to make real quick, but we want to real quick touch on the Medicare AEP. So today is the 11th. We got 4 more days before the Medicare AEP, the annual enrollment period, begins. So that means that if you have a Medicare Advantage plan where you have a prescription drug plan, you need to have a review. If you don't have a review, you're going to be feeling the pain, because to give you an example, one specific drug company who included tiers 1 and 2 as a zero copay, now has a deductible for all tiers levels. So now you got, and that new deductible is $505. So it's important that you don't get snagged, right? And get stuck in that financial pitfall because it's going to cost you money. The premiums are going up on some of the plans. The tier levels are going up. The formulary is changing. And this is what we do at Owen Insurance Group. We will do a complimentary review. If you're on the right plan, Tom, what are we going to tell them?
Stay on that plan.
Stay where you are.
Anybody talk you out of it.
And that's exactly the type of agency that you need to be working with. We are independent. We're a local agency with a national footprint. We're licensed in 40 states. So no matter where you are in the country, I don't care if you're even in Timbuktu. Tom said he'd come out and work with you and be your guy.
I love Timbuktu. Got a lot of clients there, Gary.
And we just wrote a client actually in Indiana. She had moved. Thank God she left Fort Myers before the storm hit. And so now she's living up in, I don't know why she's moving to Naperville, Illinois, or in Illinois. But anyway, we were able to help her with a Medicare supplement plan and a prescription drug plan. So if you're turning 65, you've got questions, we're here to help. If you're on Medicare already, it's in the annual enrollment period, you've got questions, we're here to help. And again, it's important, it's incumbent that you don't just keep your head in the sand and do nothing. It doesn't cost you anything to do a review. The plans change. There's some new plans, new carriers in the region for 2023. So, and you have until the 7th of December to make that decision for a January 1 effective date. So don't delay. Michelle, you have another announcement to make?
Yes. So all of our teams, our chili cooking teams, obviously this is all fundraising, right? So they all have different methods to fundraise. We've done some dine and donates, but what we're doing, this is the third month, we do music bingo. The third Thursday of every month at the Saints Golf Course in their pub. You have some drinks, have some dinner, and listen to those 50s, 60s, 70s, all that music that I'm sorry,
like
you're
fun,
young.
man.
It's a lot of fun. So it is the October 20th, so next Thursday, October 20th from 6 to 8 at the Saints Pub. It is for the St. Lucie County's Chili Cook-Off team. It's their fundraiser. I have to tell you, my husband and I do that, and we have a lot of fun. So if you want to see us in action, and Marissa's been there, it is fun. We sing. I get
Watching
people
all
up
the
there
old folks.
doing
I'm better
the
than you think.
YMCA.
You're better than that?
I'm better than you'd think I'd be. I
She's
think
pretty
I'm,
good.
I'm underestimated in the 60s,
Oh, no,
70s
I wouldn't
category,
underestimate
but
anyone going to
Well,
UF.
two
Thank
times
you.
ago.
Yes.
And that's Saints and Sinners Golf Club.
The Saints Golf Course on
Saints Golf Club,
Morningside.
okay. Yep.
And last month's bingo was won by a 14-year-old. He knew the words to all those songs from the 50s and 60s. So come out, sing, have some drinks, have some fun, meet some great
That sounds like
people,
a good time.
and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So,
All right, cool.
And hope to see everybody at Chili Cook-Off.
Okay, so and Michelle, Marissa, thank you both so much for coming by, and I hope that your message gets out and resonates with the community. If you've got children, and why keep them in the house?
Absolutely, get your costume on, and come out and join Gary and Tom and Marissa and the rest of the community.
October 22nd, put that in the calendar from 11 to 4, the Chili Cook-Off. It's going to be a great time, good time for the family to get out and celebrate, and see Tom in his crawfish suit.
And don't call it a lobster.
And stay away from those pinchers, right, Tom?
Or come close, actually.
One last message to those that are listening about the Boys and Girls Club. What would be the one advice that you give to them in 30 seconds?
The one advice I'd call us. We're not going to turn anybody away. Those kids, we teach things. We supplement everything that the schools and the families do. We just love kids. That's why we're here. We want to help as many kids as we possibly can in St. Lucie County.
All right. I love it. And Marissa, what is our number? If someone wants to reach out to Owen Insurance Group, how do they reach us?
I'm glad you asked. It's 772-210-1020.
Look at her putting a
She
radio
did.
voice.
Look at
I
that.
like
Very
that.
good.
She's coming. She's going to be taking over my spot soon. I love
Are you
it.
coming for my job?
All right, everybody. That's the end of our show. So we thank you for joining us. Next week, we've got the talented Anna Valencia Tillery joining us from White Glove Moving and Storage. It'd be good to have her on the show. I remember she interviewed me here in the studio one point, so now I get to return the favor. And Tom and I will be back continuing to espouse our phenomenal knowledge about life, health, Medicare insurance, disability, and so forth. And hey, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you haven't, you're probably dead or sleeping. And remember to share us with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your enemies, whoever wants to tune in, because this is a great show. And remember, stay safe, keep healthy, be happy, and enjoy your quality of life.